25 minutes past 7. Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. We're continuing our focus on security, and yes, Mr. Ken Odidika joins us now. He's a legal practitioner, and also to analyze these matters for us. One, thank you for coming on today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Before we even get on to the Chibok matter, let us start off with the unfortunate incident that occurred yesterday. And, you know, there are different perspectives out there, but the thing is, I mean, one thing that will always be asked is, look, how do we increase, or what else do they need to do to ensure that, are we even doing the right things to see that these kind of attacks become history?
Thank you very much. Actually, they're all interwoven. What happened yesterday and the Chibok girls and all acts of terrorism in Nigeria, they're all interwoven. The problem is actually more from the community, because it starts from the community to the local government, to the state level, before it becomes a national issue. For instance, whoever they are, once they are Nigerians, have places they come from or places they live. Now, when they are behaving in certain manner, when they are engaging in deviant behaviors, people do not complain. People let them get away with it. There is no way anybody can convince me that people were not suspicious of movements of some of these people who are effectively doing what they are not doing. Somebody doesn't get up overnight and put bombs on himself. He must have done some things in the past that show you that this child is of deviant behavior. But as it's happening, people will just keep quiet. So right now, it has got to a stage where they strap bombs, they strap bombs on themselves, and they come and bomb us, dying in the process. Already having been brainwashed and being masterminded and being guided by some people in the background who are not ready to come and die themselves.
Yeah, but you know, the thing is that people are not just sitting down and not doing anything. Some of the arrests and the breakthrough and the successes that security agencies have recorded have come from tip-off from members of society.
Good. So first, I'm happy that you've now brought in security agencies. Another thing we need to do is to actually encourage our security agents or the agencies, military, the non-uniform, like the SSS and all that. We need to encourage them. There has to really be unity amongst all of us. This is a common foe. It's a common enemy. It's not a matter of PDP or APC or any of these other parties or this federal government. This is Jonathan or the opposition, Buhari and Tinubu and all that. No. What we have now, we have a common enemy that we must work together to defeat. This is not the first time it's happening. It has happened in the US, and it's still actually happening. It's happening in Europe, Iran, and all those places. What you find out is that the moment this happens, there is no party. There's no issue of party. There's no partisanship. In the US, there's nothing like Democrats or Republicans when it happens. Everybody comes together and knows that we have a common foe to fight. So all along, what we have done in Nigeria has been to aid Boko Haram.
How?
By dividing and accusing each other of aiding Boko Haram. And as we're doing that, they're exploiting that particular opportunity to create for them. Because if all of us united to fight Boko Haram, there's no Tinubu here or no Jonathan there, all of us together say, this is a common enemy. Nobody going on air to say, Jonathan is not doing anything, Jonathan is clueless, our military is useless, they don't know what they're doing.
But again, in the midst of saying all of that, what do you think that we should have done that we haven't actually done? Because some would say, well, everyone is caught up in all of this, the government, the opposition, because we've actually seen or heard comments from the government also blame the opposition, vice versa, and those who suffer is the ordinary Nigerian on the street. So why is it that no one has actually thought it wise to say, okay, wait a minute, we have intelligence report that is actually different from what these people in government and outside government are saying?
Well, I don't know why it hasn't been said before, but I'm saying it now. So if we hadn't done it before, which we had not, we should start now. We should close ranks. Yesterday, it was General Buhari that almost died, and then the other cleric. But let's talk about Buhari, who's a politician. That was the person, and that's a position. They almost died in a bomb blast, not natural cause or accident. So this tells us that it is not a Jonathan issue. The government people should not be blaming, as it is now, the opposition. And the opposition should stop, not even tone down, stop this blame of government, cluelessness and all that. Now, Governor of Borno State, I think, some time ago, came out after a meeting, president started announcing on air that our military didn't have, I think that was the governor of Borno State, that we didn't have the arms and ammunition to confront Boko Haram. Even if that were to be true, is that how to do it? You just let me see. Why didn't you discuss it with him and leave it there? Because as it is not a Jonathan problem. And like I tell people, we are deluding and deceiving ourselves.
But again, you would agree that I think he was actually pained by what is happening in the state. And even though some people were actually on his neck on that particular comment or statement, we have actually seen that now the government is asking for $1 billion. That means truly we need to equip our military.
There's no doubt that we need to equip our military. Because all along, remember, civilian regime is, democracy is how old? How many years? All along is always the military regime. Military regime had actually ruined the military. Because the budget during their time, defense always had a lion's share. So where did all that money go to? Now the civilians are there and are trying to build up. Now it is not for you to go and tell your enemy, sorry, you can kill me, I don't really have anything. In fact, my door is wooden door, come and kick it down. Assuming that was the situation. So it was very irresponsible of the governor to have said that. That's what I'm saying. He should have told the president that, look, we have to do something fast about this. See what's happening in my state. In case you don't know, I'm telling you. I don't even think our boys, that's now between two of them, I don't even think our boys are well armed. That is between two of them, not on air. Our boys are not armed. So what do you expect? I'll come after you. Because now I know I can even if really it was false, assuming it was lying. But at least I would have come to try to decimate you before you now repel me, and there's no one who will kill some of you. So some of this, like I said, we must have a common front to fight this. If we don't have a common front, what is happening will escalate actually.
So some of the things that lots of people have thought will aid this common front will be security agencies. Let's start with the police, for instance. I mean, if you go to the street and ask anyone out there, how comfortable are they to take on that whistle-blowing responsibility? You may find some of them who will be reluctant or hesitant to do that because they feel, look, if I give information out, my identity might not be safe.
That is very correct. It has happened in the past. I have a friend who had his car still tomorrow because he went and reported to the police that so thing happened in so place. They said, okay, we didn't come to your house. I went to report. Then I came to after him. And they shot him. But he survived it. He's a good friend of mine. He even appears on television. Now, you don't have to go yourself. What about anonymous information?
But how would
and that is, we're talking about police. And now, don't forget that not everybody has access to even the agencies you're talking about. But you can send information. You don't have to pass through the gate to send information. You can even jot it and write it and send it in.
Shouldn't we have some sort of laws to embolden people to take that responsibility of whistleblowing?
Our problem has never been laws. We have sufficient laws to take care of most of these things. Let me not say all, but most of them. It's always implementation. It's a problem.
Because, I mean...
It's implementation. It's implementation is a problem. You see, again, we're used to high-handedness in Nigeria because of military regime. So when things are being done in a certain manner, we are impatient. Even now, we know that well, if you use the government, they'll think you're being PDP. But that's the simple truth. The military, the agencies, the security agencies, including the military, are doing a lot. Now, at time was when these people were about to develop Nigeria. They were almost in Edo State, Bauchi, everywhere. It was somebody that made sure that they were driven back. And then they were concentrating until yesterday on Borno State. They were driven back. They were contained. Now, what do? Rather than praise our boys, even if they're not doing excellently, because they're also human beings. We're complaining about people who died yesterday. Our soldiers have been dying. They have wives, husbands, children, parents. So what do you tell those ones whose children or husbands go to die when they're saying that their husbands are not doing well? You're calling them fools. Because that's your daughter. God forbid that anybody loses his daughter, and I'm happy about it, means I can also lose mine, and people should be happy. Terrorist my daughter.
I think
so.
that-
We must. These are the things that are militating against, because they're human beings. They say they're running away from Boko Haram, the soldiers. If those who died are not being celebrated, are being condemned, why should I go and die for you?